Hi, I'm Matt Hillebrand, one of the principals here at Don's Appliances, and I'm joined this morning by Beth Cheverine of Whirlpool Corporation.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. So Beth, tell us what you do with Whirlpool or for Whirlpool and what that relationship is with us here at Don's.
Yeah, so I have been with Whirlpool now for 5 years, and in my current role, I am essentially a sales rep. I've been working with Don's now for 2.5 years, and my primary role is to be kind of the all points of contact for all things Whirlpool. So that includes training sales associates on our new products. That could be selling in, working with Nick and the buying team. That is also dealing with some of the escalations that might come up. But really anything that has to do with Whirlpool and our brands, I'm the go-to for Don's.
And Beth really had a very difficult original relationship with Don's because she came in right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yes.
And there's nothing harder than being a salesperson in this industry,
right,
and trying to promote products and trying to have, well, you can't have one-on-ones with salespeople to teach them about new product features.
Right. Couldn't even go into the stores.
No, via Zoom. So,
right.
Thank goodness we're well beyond that point, and we're getting back to a normal cadence with how reps work in conjunction with our salespeople. But I know with a lot of manufacturers, Whirlpool included, the pandemic has really caused issues in terms of supply chain.
Yep.
So maybe just briefly, just go into kind of where Whirlpool is today with that.
Definitely. Yeah, like with the world is well aware that we have had many supply chain issues. A lot of that stemming from, I don't think people want to hear the word microchip anymore, but microchips did in fact impact us. But today we have recovered on almost all of our categories and brands. We have supply sitting in our factories. We actually have products that we can sell, which is a little different than maybe 2 years ago. But we are excited to get back out there and be a reliable supplier to our dealers.
Yeah, and what's nice about you folks at home is that over the last 3.5 years, you really haven't had many choices.
Right.
It's been very limited on availability because the manufacturers had to pick and choose what products that could be manufactured in terms of the amount of parts that were available.
Exactly.
So now having that broader array of product availability is a benefit for everybody.
Yep, exactly. No, you hit the nail on the head. We had to simplify our supply chain because, like you said, we only had specific parts, and that even includes labor. We only had a certain amount of labor to work with. So by simplifying our supply chain, we could then focus on certain models. The great news is that the majority of those models that at one point that we maybe paused on production, we have now brought back, and we are able to provide that wide portfolio of products to you all again.
Yeah, and what's nice is they may not be readily available in 1 to 2 days. Always go to donsappliances.com,
Yes.
go to in stock. We have a lot of product available, so we can get it out in 1 to 2 days.
Exactly.
But if by chance you have a product that you want that isn't available in our warehouse, instead of waiting a year for a product, it may be 3 to 6 weeks, so which is readily available
in today's
compared to what we were dealing with 3 years ago.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
Tell us, Beth, the difference amongst the brands, right? So Whirlpool has a large amount of brands in their umbrella. So go ahead and just tell us, what those brands are.
So we have a very diverse, wide portfolio of brands. We start kind of with our Amana brand, which is more of our value brand, a little bit opening price point. We also have Maytag, which has a rich history. We think of dependable, reliable customer who wants to make sure their product is going to withstand the everyday life activities. Then we also have our Whirlpool brand. which we are really just trying to improve the life at home, simplify those tasks for our consumers. Then we step up to KitchenAid, which is our mass premium brand. We like to think of KitchenAid as, for the makers, for people who love to spend time in the kitchen. And we have certain touch points within our products that really enable customers to create whatever they can think of. So that's our main portfolio.
So when you say makers, anytime I think of KitchenAid, I always think of a KitchenAid mixer, right?
Yep.
So my mom had a KitchenAid mixer, and we have a KitchenAid mixer. So, KitchenAid is the brand for bakers that love to make various delicacies. Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. And I know everybody's, we all grew up with the Maytag Man.
Yep.
Is the Maytag Man still around?
He is still around, and we actually, we have a buy fair coming up, and he is actually going to make a appearance there. But it's the Maytag Man has changed, the actor over the years, but he is going strong and there to tackle whatever consumers throw at him.
They need to bring back the hush puppy dog that the old Maytag used to always have with the beady eyes, the sad eyes, because he wasn't getting enough work.
Yep. Yes.
But I grew up with a Maytag Man because my dad was a Maytag repairman, so he didn't have enough work, so we had to bring on brands that broke so that we could fix them. So. But that's like a great story. So just talking about what's your favorite brand in the suite?
Ooh. That's a great question. I would probably say I lean towards KitchenAid. Mm-hmm. Like you, I grew up with a stand mixer in the home. That was kind of my first introduction to KitchenAid, and I have great memories of baking cookies with my mom or my aunt, and that kind of fostered a love of cooking up for myself. And I look at our KitchenAid products, and there's just so much that they can do to allow you to be creative and something that maybe you don't want to follow a recipe, it allows you to create whatever you'd like.
Yeah, and just, I love the features on the oven, right? The quick convect conversion, which is a great feature on a KitchenAid wall oven or on a range, that it's going to convert traditional times into convection times.
Exactly. If say you have a recipe from your grandmother that was using a traditional oven, now you want to use convection, it'll simply take what that original time and temperature was, and it'll convert it usually to a little bit less time, a little bit less heat.
Yeah, and we've got some great videos of various products, including KitchenAid Whirlpool brand of products on our YouTube site. Which always be sure to subscribe to that. But if you have any questions, go to donsappliances.com. If you need something right away, click on In Stock. Beth, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Matt.